There are places in this world where darkness clings to every corner, where the air is heavy with the whispers of the dead. These places have histories so twisted, their very foundations seem to pulse with the memories of terror. Tonight, we step into the shadows of the three most haunted locations in America. But beware, these stories are not for the faint of heart. The Stanley Hotel sits like a crown atop the mountainous landscape of Estes Park, its pristine white walls a sharp contrast to the eerie secrets they hold. In the daylight, it appears majestic, almost inviting. But as night falls, the halls creak with the weight of the past, and the temperature drops unnaturally. In room 217, a housekeeper named Elizabeth Wilson was nearly killed in an explosion over a century ago. Though she survived, some say she never truly left. Guests report waking to find their beds perfectly made, their belongings mysteriously packed away, as if Elizabeth is still tending to her duties, tethered to the room by an unseen force. The fourth floor is where things get worse. Children's laughter echoes through empty halls. Guests swear they've seen shadows darting past doorways, only to vanish when pursued. The hotel may look like a beautiful retreat, but once you step inside, the unsettling presence of its long-departed residents is impossible to ignore. Imagine wandering through a mansion built to confuse spirits. The Winchester Mystery House in San Jose is just that. A sprawling labyrinth of rooms that lead nowhere, staircases that ascend into ceilings, and doors that open into solid walls. The madness of its design reflects the paranoia of its owner, Sarah Winchester, who was convinced that she was being haunted by the ghosts of those killed by her family's invention, the Winchester rifle. Sarah believed that as long as she continued to build, the spirits could not claim her. But as you wander through its 160 rooms, you realize maybe they did. In the grand ballroom, cold spots chill the air, and the chandelier sways as if touched by an invisible hand. In the seance room, Sarah would sit, listening for guidance from the other side, her fingers clutching the planchette of a Ouija board. Some say she still walks the corridors, trapped in the very maze she created to escape her tormentors. This decaying prison stands as a monument to human suffering. Its Gothic architecture looms over Philadelphia like a dark, rotting skeleton. Built in the 1800s, Eastern State Penitentiary was designed to crush the souls of its inmates through absolute isolation. Prisoners were kept in tiny stone cells, unable to see or speak to anyone, driving many to madness. The corridors are long and echo with the faint sounds of clanking chains, footsteps that don't belong to the living, and blood-curdling screams from a time long past. Cell Block 12 is said to be the most haunted of all. Visitors claim to have seen shadowy figures darting across the hallways, while others have felt an overwhelming sense of dread, as if they were being watched by unseen eyes. In the guard towers, figures have been spotted standing vigil, only to vanish when approached. The most terrifying of all is the apparition of a man known simply as the Warden. His figure, cloaked in darkness, appears in the corridors, his gaze cold and unforgiving. It's said that those who lock eyes with him feel an unbearable pressure in their chest, as if they are being suffocated by the prison's cruel past. These places are not just remnants of history. They are living, breathing monuments to fear and suffering. If you dare, step into their shadows. But remember, some doors once opened can never be closed.